Good day, everyone. Today, Gabriel and I will be discussing a very relevant and sometimes controversial topic: genetically modified organisms, or GMOs. We hear a lot about them, but what exactly are they? Why were they created? And what are the benefits and risks associated with them? Let's dive in. First, what exactly are GMOs? GMOs, or genetically modified organisms, are living organisms whose genetic material has been altered using genetic engineering techniques. Scientists modify these organisms to introduce specific traits that do not occur naturally.
Let's talk about different terms used to describe genetically modified organisms. While they all mean slightly different things, they share a common concept: altering an organism's DNA to achieve specific outcomes. First, we have genetically engineered organisms. This term specifically highlights the human-directed engineering process used to modify an organism's DNA. Next, modified organisms. This is a broader term that can also refer to organisms altered through traditional breeding techniques, not just genetic engineering. Then we have transgenic organisms. This is when genes from one species are inserted into another, creating a new genetic combination that wouldn't naturally occur. And finally, bioengineered organisms. This term is commonly used in commercial and regulatory settings, often referring to genetically modified food products. So while these terms have slight differences in meaning and usage, they all revolve around the same fundamental idea: modifying an organism's DNA to serve a specific purpose. Now, why did scientists start modifying crops and organisms in the first place? There are several specific reasons that drove this scientific advancement. First is increased crop yields. One of the biggest challenges in agriculture is the loss of crops due to pests, diseases, and extreme weather conditions. By modifying crops to be more resistant to these threats, farmers can produce more food on the same amount of land, ensuring a stable food supply.
Second is to reduce input costs. Insects and plants diseases can destroy entire harvests, leading to food shortages and economic losses. Some GMOs are engineered to produce their own pest-resistant proteins, reducing the need for synthetic pesticides and promoting healthier crops. Third is to acquire enhanced nutritional value. Millions of people suffer from malnutrition due to a lack of essential vitamins and minerals. Scientists have developed biofortified crops such as golden rice, which is enriched with vitamin A to combat deficiencies in developing countries.
Lastly is to address food security. Certain GMOs are designed to have a longer shelf life, preventing spoilage and reducing food waste. This is particularly important in regions with limited access to refrigeration and storage facilities. The main reason for these innovations is to improve agricultural productivity and efficiency. With these modifications, scientists and farmers aim to create a more sustainable and secure food system while addressing global challenges such as climate change, population growth, and resource scarcity.
Higher crop yields. Farmers can produce more food with fewer resources, helping feed more people. This is crucial as the global population continues to rise and food demand increases. Reduced use of chemical pesticides and herbicides. GM crops are engineered to resist pests, reducing the need for harmful chemicals. This leads to cleaner air, water, and soil, benefiting both farmers and surrounding ecosystems. Improved nutritional value. Some GMOs like golden rice are fortified with additional nutrients to combat deficiencies. Scientists have also modified crops like bananas and sweet potatoes to contain more essential vitamins and minerals. Environmental adaptation. Certain crops can withstand drought, extreme temperatures, or poor soil conditions, making farming more sustainable. This also helps ensure food security in areas affected by climate change and harsh agricultural conditions. Lastly, economic benefits. Farmers spend less on pesticides and fertilizers, leading to higher profits and more stable food prices. Additionally, since GMO crops often require less maintenance, farmers can allocate resources to other areas of production, boosting overall efficiency.
So far, we've talked about the many benefits of GMOs, such as higher crop yields, reduced pesticide use, improved nutrition, environmental adaptation, and economic advantages. However, while GMOs offer significant advantages, they also come with certain risks and concerns. Here are 5 potential issues associated with genetically modified organisms. First, environmental impact. There's concern that genetically modified genes could spread to wild plants, potentially disrupting ecosystems and reducing biodiversity. The dominance of GMO crops might also lead to a decline in traditional crop varieties, which could weaken genetic diversity in agriculture. Second, health concerns. While GMOs go through extensive safety testing, some people worry about potential allergic reactions or long-term health effects that may not yet be fully understood. The debate continues over whether consuming GM foods could have unforeseen consequences over time. Third, economic and social issues. The GMO industry is largely controlled by a few major companies, making farmers reliant on patented seeds. This increases production costs and can limit the independence of small-scale farmers who may struggle with affordability. Fourth, pest and weed resistance. Just as bacteria can develop resistance to antibiotics, pests and weeds evolve resistance to GM traits. This could lead to the need for stronger pesticides and herbicides, which could negatively impact the environment. And finally, consumer choices. Many consumers advocate for clear GMO labeling, believing they should have the right to make informed food choices. Others argue that genetic modification interferes with nature, raising ethical concerns about altering living organisms for human benefit. As with any technology, GMOs present both benefits and challenges. Understanding these different perspectives helps us make informed decisions about the role of genetic modification in our food system.
To sum up, GMOs are major scientific advancement with both significant benefits and potential risks. They have helped increase food production, reduce pesticide use, and improve nutrition. But they also raise environmental, health, and economic concerns. As technology advances, it's important to continue researching and debating GMOs to ensure they are used safely and ethically.
That wraps up our discussion on GMOs. We hope you gained valuable insights into how genetic modification works and the different terms used to describe it. Before we end, we'd like to introduce our group. I'm Gabriel Ramirez, and my groupmates are Eunice Borer, Rafael De Castro, and Cassandra Kate Salise. Thank you for your time, and we appreciate you listening.